Welcome to the Crazy Cool Family Podcast with Don and Suzanne Manning. Parents, what if we could give you the power to transform your family into something absolutely amazing?
A family where everyone is healthy, gets along, loves Jesus, and has great purpose in life.
Hey, let us flip your thinking to unlock the power God has given you to create your own Crazy Cool family. Hello, parents. Welcome to the Weekly Rethink. Today's question is this. When you think of creating your best family, the absolute best family you can think of, what are the first things that come to mind? What's your picture of that?
Yeah, do you picture your maybe family dinners and everybody sitting around talking, laughing, having a good time, having a good meal?
My picture is vacation.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm sure yours is.
Yes, I want.
Don loves the vacation.
I love it. Everyone on the beach, everyone on the ski slopes, just talking, having a good time, and just hanging out together and enjoying each other. That sounds so fun to me.
Yes, you do love vacation.
Yes, or maybe for you, you picture your kids excelling in something like being a good student, or maybe a really good athlete, or a great
musician.
Musician. Just really, you picture your kids having this confidence in life and being well-adjusted, having great friends, and maybe
Right.
that's your vision.
Or maybe it's serving together at the church or in the neighborhood, but your kids are loving the Lord and they're loving each other and they're loving you as parents.
Yeah, so as you think about your vision, let us ask you another question. What is God's vision for your family?
Well, and have you asked God for your vision for your family yet?
Well, guess what? Whether you've asked him for it or not, God has a vision for your family.
He does.
He just like he has a vision for you, he has a vision for your family, and he loves your family. In fact, Suzanne says this all the time. He has handpicked your family to be together.
Right. He designed that group of people in your home to do life together as individuals that has specifically been put together as a group named family.
And here's the even more crazy cool part. His vision for your family and for our family is so much better than we can even imagine. You know, Isaiah 55, 8 and 9 says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts."
I don't know about you, but doesn't that make you relieved that, okay, God's got a plan. I don't have to come up with a plan. God's got a purpose for my family. All I have to do is ask, and his ways are higher and his thoughts are higher.
Yeah, all I have to do is find it.
Yeah.
I don't have to create it. I just have to find it.
Yes, ask him, pursue him, seek him, and he will meet you where you are.
Yeah, and that's our mission at Crazy Cool Family, is to help you find God's wonderful, incredible vision for your family. I mean, that's what we've done in our family for the last almost 3 decades. We've just been seeking his vision for our family.
Right.
And what we found is that God gave us vision that made our family into the absolute biggest blessing in our lives. And so now we just take the overflow of that and we spend our lives sharing with parents how to find God's best for your family, because his best, we promise you, will be better than your best you can, and his best will be your best, and his best for your family will be the best thing that can happen with your family.
So the good news is that God's best is actually very simple.
Yeah, not easy.
No.
Just like with God, he gives us these profound thoughts that are deep, but are really, really very simple.
Yep.
And in fact, we can summarize God's vision for your family in one word, and that word is relationships. And so how do we know this? Well, Jesus told us that. And in Matthew 22, 37 through 39, they asked Jesus, "Hey, Jesus, what's the most important commandment? How do you follow the rules? What do you do?
Right. How do you play the game?
How do you perform?"
Yep.
And Jesus said, hey, it's really about relationships. He said, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind." That's the first and greatest commandment. And the second's like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. He didn't say anything about rules.
Right.
He didn't say anything about performance. But he did say 3 things that are all centered around relationship. The first one is to love God passionately. Love the Lord God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Give God everything you got.
Everything you've got. And then the next one is love yourself. Just take care of yourself. In the context of your family, do all that you can do to present your healthiest version of yourself. And moms, I know that this is hard. I mean, we're the ones that are going to sacrifice our food. We're going to sacrifice our sleep, our rest, everything for our family. And I just want to take a minute and just encourage you. If you take care of yourself, if you are filled up, then out of your overflow, your children get the best. And that's what they need. That's what they want. They don't want gripey, tired mom. That's not the relationship we're talking about to have with
Or
your
angry
kids.
dad.
Or angry dad. Exactly. And so love yourself. Take care of yourself. It says it. Jesus gives us permission in Matthew to take care of ourselves.
Because we love our neighbor as ourselves. And what he's saying is we can't love our neighbor, in this case our family members, if we don't love ourselves first, because we need to love others with the energy and the life that God gives us.
Yep.
And we really can't do it. And I know moms and dads, you've tried to do it on your own, and we keep failing, and we keep thinking we're not enough. And that's where it comes from, the first loving God and then loving others. But with Jesus and with family, it all comes down to both of those statements. Both of those commandments are centered on relationship.
Right.
So go the relationships in your family, so goes your family. And that's why we created what we call the Family Dashboard. It's a simple tool. We've been using it for years, and it's the cornerstone of our ministry. It's what everything flows through. It's a simple tool on one page where we show all the relationships in your family.
So it's a visual. It's a diagram, if you will. So it's a picture of your family. And so let's give them an example of our family.
Okay, so at the top, so we're on audio here, so we have to give you a visual illustration.
And we're going to try to draw it out for you in the sky.
There you go.
In your imagination.
Yeah. So start out, we put God at the top.
Right.
And God's always at the top, and we got to put him at the very top of our family.
When God's at the top, I'm sure you've experienced, then everything runs smoothly. If everything flows from God, our ideas, our plans, our interactions, everything flows from him, then everything seems to fall into place better.
Yeah, and then we put, so Don and Sue's underneath God.
Or husband, wife, or mom and dad.
Yeah.
Those are the roles
Exactly.
that represents there.
And so think about this. So now you have God at the top, a circle, and then you have the center of Don and Sue's underneath there. And so draw a line then from God to Don, draw a line from God to Sue's, and then draw the marriage line together. And so now we don't have any kids yet, but we have God and the marriage right there together. Okay?
And so on those lines, if you want to put arrowheads, then you've got arrows pointing toward God, and you've got arrows of God pointing toward you, and then you've got the two arrowheads pointing to Don and Suzanne, because the relationships go back and forth.
Right.
That's what it's a communication. It's not just two, it's to and from.
And then we have 7 kids, but we're just going to do 3 for you today. So 7 makes a lot of lines, and it's
We're not going to do our favorite 3 because that's controversial. We're just going to do our first 3.
Our first 3, exactly. And so that would be Molly, Madeline, and Macy. So if you picture them drawn under the Don and Sue's lines or circles, then you'll have Molly, Madeline, and Macy. And then you got to start drawing lines from each parent
Right.
to the 3 children.
Don to Molly, Don to Madeline, Don to Macy.
Yep.
Sue's to Molly, Sue's to Madeline, Sue's to Macy.
And then we don't have the kids connected to each other yet. So we're going to draw lines from Molly to Madeline, Madeline to Macy, and Molly to Macy. Okay? So you're getting the picture of this diagram. God's at the top, and you got the 2, husband and wife, and the 3 kids underneath it. Got some lines drawn, but we're still not finished yet, right?
Right.
Because we got to draw all those kids because they need a relationship with God.
Right.
And so therefore we're going to draw the kids to God. And so in a family of 3 kids, there's 15 different relationships in there. But let me tell you, that all doesn't matter, because here's the main point. Okay, if you don't take anything else from this, take this one point. Picture your diagram. Now, wait a minute. Let's back up before I even tell you the main point. Let's picture the diagram. So do you picture it for your families? You picture it for ours. You got God at the top, Don and Sue's 3 kids, all connected. Okay, what does your family look like? Picture the lines in your family. And here's the main point. So go those lines. Look at the lines, visually imagine that diagram. So go those lines. so go your family. The strength of your family will be determined by the strength of its family relationships.
So, for example, when me, the mom, is filled with God's love, then I have an overflow into my family, into my little girls.
Yeah, when your line to God is good.
Exactly. When my line is strong.
Right.
Exactly. And if there's a give and take from me and God, then from that creates me. I am the best daughter of the King. I am the best mother that I can be.
And if I'm
Best
connected
wife.
to Madeline, let's just pick one of the daughters. If I am connected to Madeline and my line is strong there, then I'm going to know Madeline. I'm going to be able to help her better. I'm going to have a connection with her. She's going to trust me more. There's going to be a flow of that relationship.
Exactly.
And if you think about, if you draw the lines from the kids to God, if your kids love Jesus, let's picture your kid, at 12 years old, and that child is starting to develop their own relationship with God. Well, guess what? They're going to make wise choices. They're going to be obedient. They're going to be all the things we want them to be. They're going to be that because they love Jesus and because they're obeying not only us, but they're obeying a higher power in Jesus as well.
Because that's the strong line.
Right. And so we've created that family dashboard to allow you to quickly and easily see all the relationships in your family. So it's a one-stop shop. Say that 4 times, where you can look at the relationships and say, "Hey, how are they doing?
Right.
Are
It's good.
all
It's a
these
visual.
lines strong?"
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we've been using that in our family literally for the last 2 decades, because early in our family, God showed us the importance of relationships in our home. Hear this, parents. If you can build what's good on the inside, you will be able to handle anything on the outside, because we don't know what the outside's going to bring to us.
Right.
We don't know what's going to happen.
And so to build the inside, it's through relationships.
Right.
That's how you create that inside strength in your kids and in yourself and in your marriage and in your relationship with God.
And your siblings to each other.
Yes, exactly.
And so parents, like I said, we don't know what's coming in from the outside. We don't know what life's going to hit us with. But here's another great point. The better you build from the inside, the less that's going to come from the outside. Why? Because your children are going to make better choices. Your marriage is going to be better. You're going to hear God's vision for your life, and you're going to step into more things. So not only can we handle anything on the outside, but we're going to have less coming in on the inside, from the outside, because of the strengths of these relationships. Okay, so Suzanne, help them with what to do to get their own family dashboard that they can fill out for their family.
Okay, so go to the homepage on our website and then scroll down a little bit and you'll see a big red box that says create your own family dashboard.
Yep. And so when you do that, you're going to click on it, and we'll send you a PDF. So you give us an email to send it to, and we're going to send you a PDF where you can create your own family dashboard. Now, you can print this out. You can put it on your computer monitor. You can put it on your bathroom mirror. You can actually
have it as the screensaver on your phone, as a constant reminder. How many times a day do we look at our phone? How amazing would that be if is a constant reminder of, these are my family relationship lines. How am I strengthening them? What am I doing to make them better?
Yeah. And as you look at it more and more, you'll start to do what we do every day. You'll evaluate each line, and you'll ask God and you'll ask your spouse how to make each line super strong. I mean, we use our family dashboard to just check all of our relationships and make sure that all of them are going well, because so go those lines, so go our family.
And so when your kids go off to college, how this really helps is it reminds you that they exist and that you need to call them. And so that's what it looks like now. Oh, I haven't talked to Mackenzie in a week.
Parents, listen to this. When your relationships are on the right track, family becomes, people say, how do we have 7 kids? And I tell them all the time, because the lines in our family are strong, family becomes it's the easiest thing I do every day.
Yeah.
Because the lines are strong and the lines are flowing. So we want you to start today with your own family dashboard. I mean, we want you to have, because it's going to be the key to having your own crazy cool family. So go to the website, crazycoolfamily.com. Again, crazycoolfamily.com, and go to the big red box, scroll down a little bit on the top page, get to the family dashboard, and get your own PDF that you're going to complete to get your own family dashboard. We are so excited that we want you don't do it later. If you have to pull over right now, pull over your car, just get it on your phone. It's really easy. You can download it. Takes 5 seconds to do.
Or if you can't pull over, then just make a note. Siri, have me do my family dashboard at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock.
Call your wife, call your spouse and say, hey, we're going to download this tool. So make it happen, because it's going to be a tool it's the centerpiece of what we do at Crazy Cool Family, and you're going to benefit greatly from that. So go get your family dashboard and get started with God's vision for your family. He's going to show it to you through the relationships in your home, and for starting with your relationship with Him, and it's going to make an incredible difference in your family. So go be crazy parents. We love you guys. crazycoolfamily.com.